Have you ever wondered why aging seems to bring unexpected challenges, even during the most ordinary moments of life? Maybe you've noticed yourself forgetting names, feeling exhausted after simple tasks, or even dealing with frustrations you never expected as you grow older. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Aging comes with its own set of surprises, and these experiences are common for many seniors. But here's the good news. There are practical solutions that can help you navigate these challenges with grace. In this video, we're diving deep into the 12 most common struggles many seniors face as they age, and more importantly, we're offering actionable advice to help you handle each one. From managing forgetfulness to maintaining energy levels and dealing with loneliness, we've got you covered. You'll learn simple strategies to improve your daily life, preserve your independence, and stay connected with the world around you. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolkit of tips to tackle these issues head-on, making aging a little easier to navigate. Plus, you'll see how to stay proactive about your health, mobility, and emotional well-being, ensuring you live your best life at any age. So, stay with us to the end, because every tip and insight shared here could make a significant difference in how you embrace the aging process. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Forgetting names and important details. Elena stood frozen in the grocery aisle, her heart sinking as she struggled to remember her neighbor's name. They had shared countless friendly conversations over the years, yet in that moment, her mind betrayed her. The neighbor smiled warmly, oblivious to Elena's internal panic, but the encounter left her feeling embarrassed and frustrated. How could she forget something so simple yet so personal? This moment hit Elena hard because it wasn't just about the name. It felt like a sign that she was losing a part of herself. She worried that others might think she was inattentive or, worse, that her memory was failing her with age. Yet, the truth is that forgetting names or important details happens to almost everyone as they grow older. It's a small, frustrating reminder of life's changes, but it doesn't define who you are. It's a shared experience, one many of us can relate to, and it's a part of aging that comes with both challenges and opportunities for growth. What can you do about it? Instead of letting moments like these weigh you down, there are simple, practical ways to navigate them with grace and even humor. Write it down. Keep a small notebook or use your phone to jot down names or details about people you meet. It might feel old-fashioned, but this habit can save you from future awkwardness and show others how much you value them. Set reminders. Technology can be a powerful ally. Add notes to your calendar or set reminders before seeing someone to refresh your memory. It's a small act that can make a big difference in staying connected. Be honest and proactive. If you forget someone's name, don't be afraid to admit it with a smile. Most people will appreciate your sincerity and understanding. Sometimes, a little vulnerability can even strengthen the connection. A personal reflection. Forgetting names can feel like a crack in the mirror, a small flaw that makes us question the reflection we see. But here's the thing, those cracks don't make the mirror any less valuable. They're just part of the story it tells. Aging is a journey, not a destination, and moments like these remind us to approach ourselves with kindness and patience. If you've found yourself in Elena's shoes, you're not alone. I've been there too, caught in that unsettling space where familiarity meets forgetfulness. It's okay to laugh at yourself, to ask for a name again, or to lean on tools that help. These moments don't diminish you. They make you human. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your own experiences, tips, or even just your feelings about this. Together, we can navigate this journey with understanding, support, and a little bit of humor. After all, aging is not just about losing things. It's about discovering new ways to hold on to what matters most. Number 2. Dealing with sudden exhaustion. Elena recently encountered something that truly caught her off guard, a wave of exhaustion that seemed to appear out of nowhere. Tasks that she once completed effortlessly, like preparing a simple lunch or walking from room to room, now feel like monumental challenges. This abrupt shift has left her not only physically drained but also emotionally frustrated. How could something so routine suddenly become so taxing? It's a stark reminder of how aging can quietly introduce changes that test both our strength and resilience. For Elena, the frustration isn't just about feeling tired, it's about grappling with a sense of loss. The vitality she once took for granted now feels fleeting, and that realization stirs a deep mix of emotions: disappointment, sadness, and even a touch of anger. But rather than give in to despair, she's determined to adapt and reclaim her sense of control. Strategies to combat sudden exhaustion with grace. Pace yourself. Life doesn't have to be rushed. Instead of powering through tasks all at once, consider breaking them into smaller, manageable steps. Elena found that by spreading her activities throughout the day, she could conserve energy and still feel productive. Stay hydrated. It's easy to forget how vital water is, especially as we age. Dehydration can sneak up on you and drain your energy. Keeping a water bottle nearby has been a simple yet effective way for Elena to maintain her energy levels. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Eat balanced meals. Food isn't just fuel, it's a lifeline to vitality. By focusing on nutrient-dense foods rich in vitamins and proteins, Elena has started to notice small but significant improvements in her stamina. Listen to your body. One of the most challenging lessons Elena had to embrace was giving herself permission to rest. A short nap or a quiet moment of stillness is no longer seen as a weakness but as a form of self-care. She's learning to honor her body's signals instead of pushing through the fatigue. A heartfelt perspective. Sudden exhaustion can feel like an unwelcome guest, one that forces you to reassess your limits and adjust your expectations. For Elena, this process has been humbling but also enlightening. It's a reminder of how important it is to be kind to yourself, especially as life changes. These small adjustments have not only helped her manage her energy but also provided moments of reflection, an opportunity to slow down and savor the simple joys she might have overlooked before. What about you? Have you discovered ways to manage your energy and maintain a sense of vitality as you navigate these changes? Sharing our stories can be a source of strength, reminding us that we're not alone in this journey. Together, we can learn to face these challenges with courage and grace. Number 3. Unexpected weight gain. Elena had always prided herself on staying active and engaged. Her days were filled with invigorating walks in the crisp morning air, the satisfying rhythm of tending to her garden, and even a few spirited sessions at the gym each week. Yet, in recent months, she noticed something that left her both puzzled and disheartened. Her weight was slowly but surely creeping up. It wasn't just the extra pounds on the scale that bothered her. It was the feeling of betrayal, as if her body no longer responded to her efforts the way it used to. This frustrating experience isn't unique to Elena. For many seniors, unexpected weight gain seems to arrive uninvited, even when they maintain the same lifestyle they've followed for years. The truth is, as we age, our bodies undergo changes that can make managing weight more challenging. A slower metabolism, shifts in muscle mass, and hormonal changes all conspire to make it feel like the odds are stacked against us. Elena's journey is a stark reminder that aging often demands we rethink how we care for our bodies, not with resignation but with a spirit of adaptability and self-compassion. It's not easy to confront these changes. There are moments of self-doubt, frustration, and even guilt, as if somehow we've failed ourselves. But the reality is, this isn't a personal failure. It's simply a new chapter in understanding and nurturing our well-being. Managing weight gain. Here are a few steps Elena found helpful, and perhaps they might resonate with you too. Balanced diet. Elena began focusing on eating nutrient-dense foods, such as colorful vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. She learned to see her meals not as restrictions, but as a way to fuel her body with love and care. Portion control. It wasn't easy at first, but being mindful of how much she ate helped her feel more in tune with her body's true hunger signals. This small change became a practice of mindfulness, not deprivation. Regular exercise. Although her routine hadn't changed much, Elena discovered that incorporating strength training into her week helped preserve muscle mass and rev up her metabolism. Even short bursts of movement brought a renewed sense of vitality. Reducing processed foods. Cutting back on processed foods and sugars was a tough adjustment, especially with her love for sweet treats. But as she shifted her focus to whole, nourishing foods, she noticed an increase in her energy levels that made it all worthwhile. For Elena, this journey wasn't just about shedding pounds. It was about reclaiming a sense of control and confidence in her body. And yet, like so many others, she often wondered, why does it have to be so hard? A question for reflection. What about you? What's been the most challenging part of staying fit as you grow older? Is it the physical toll, the emotional weight of feeling like you're fighting a losing battle, or simply finding the motivation to keep going? Whatever your struggle, know that you're not alone. And remember, every small step you take toward caring for yourself is a victory worth celebrating. Number 4. Frequent doctor visits. Elena has always taken pride in her health, cherishing her ability to stay active and independent. Yet, as the years have passed, she's noticed a shift. These days, she seems to find herself in a never-ending cycle of doctor visits. What used to be occasional checkups now feels like a revolving door of appointments. Routine checkups, blood tests, screenings, and managing minor health concerns that seem to pop up out of nowhere. Each month seems to bring a new reason to sit in a waiting room, filling out forms, and hoping for good news. At times, it feels as though her life is no longer her own, but rather a carefully managed schedule of medical obligations. And she's not alone. Many others face the same struggle. The emotional weight of these frequent visits can't be ignored. It's not just about the time spent at the doctor's office. It's the constant reminder of aging, of how our bodies subtly but surely demand more attention and care. For someone like Elena, who values her independence, these appointments can feel like a quiet intrusion, a disruption to the life she once knew. Yet, beneath the frustration lies gratitude. Each visit is a chance to catch something early, to maintain health, and to keep living the life she loves. Managing frequent appointments. Create a health calendar. Maintaining a detailed calendar with all appointments, reminders, and follow-ups can transform the chaos into something manageable. It offers a sense of control and reduces the stress of forgetting important dates. Keep a medical journal. Documenting symptoms, medications, and questions ensures that no detail is overlooked during appointments. It can also offer peace of mind, knowing you have a comprehensive record of your health journey. Stay organized. Keeping health records, prescriptions, and important documents in one place makes it easier to navigate the system and reduces the overwhelming feeling of juggling too much at once. Do you ever feel the weight of these frequent doctor visits? Let's lean on each other and share tips to make managing our health less of a burden and more of a journey toward living our best lives. Together, we can turn these visits from daunting to empowering, taking control of our health with grace and resilience. Glowing star. Number 5. Difficulty concentrating. Elena, a lifelong book lover, used to lose herself in the pages of her favorite novels, escaping into magical worlds and thrilling adventures. But lately, that joy has been slipping away. She finds herself struggling to concentrate, her mind wandering after just a few minutes. What was once a source of peace and inspiration now feels frustratingly out of reach, leaving her yearning for the focus she once had. This change has left her feeling not only disconnected from her beloved hobby but also questioning her mental sharpness. It's a subtle reminder of how aging can quietly alter even the things we cherish most. Improving concentration. Elena isn't ready to give up. She's decided to take small but meaningful steps to reignite her ability to focus and keep her mind active. Engage your mind. She's turned to puzzles, word games, and crosswords, finding joy in these bite-sized challenges that gently stretch her cognitive muscles. Each completed puzzle feels like a small victory, a reminder that her mind is still capable of brilliance. Break it up. Instead of pushing herself to read for hours, she's experimenting with shorter reading sessions. This allows her to savor the story without feeling overwhelmed, gradually rebuilding her focus and confidence. Learn something new. Elena is exploring new hobbies. She's always wanted to try painting and recently signed up for a beginner's class. With every brushstroke, she feels her concentration improving, her mind lighting up with creativity. Maintain health. She's prioritizing the basics, getting a good night's sleep, staying active with morning walks, and eating foods that fuel her brain. A healthier body often leads to a sharper mind. A shared journey of growth. Elena's journey reminds us all that losing focus isn't a sign of failure. It's a call to adapt and grow. Each of us has moments when our minds feel scattered, but we can take steps to nurture our mental agility. How do you keep your brain sharp and active? Whether it's by picking up a new hobby, embracing mindfulness, or simply finding joy in small daily challenges, we're all in this together. Let's support one another in reclaiming our focus and embracing the beauty of a mind that continues to learn and grow, no matter our age. Number 6. Increased isolation and loneliness. As the years go by, Elena has come to feel the ache of a quieter life. The once vibrant circle of close friends who filled her days with laughter, long conversations over coffee, and leisurely afternoon strolls has slowly diminished. Some have moved away, pursuing new chapters in different places, while others have heartbreakingly passed on, leaving an emptiness that feels impossible to fill. She often sits by the window, reminiscing about the warmth of those connections, only to be met with the cold reality of solitude. Isolation has crept in like an uninvited guest, wrapping her in a heaviness that is difficult to shrug off. It's a truth that stings for many as they age. The world grows quieter, and the familiar faces that once defined our sense of belonging seem to disappear. Loneliness isn't just a passing feeling. It's a deep, lingering ache that tugs at the heart, making even the most ordinary days feel a little less meaningful. For Elena, the silence isn't just around her. It's within her too, and the challenge of combating it feels both urgent and overwhelming. Combating loneliness. Stay socially active. It takes courage, but joining local senior groups or participating in community events can be a lifeline. Elena recalls how attending a book club last year, despite her initial hesitation, led to discovering not only new friends but also a renewed love for storytelling. Use online communities. The digital age has gifted us with ways to connect that Elena never imagined possible. Joining a social media group filled with people who share her love for gardening has become a small but bright spot in her week, proving that even virtual connections can warm the heart. Consistent interactions. Loneliness doesn't have to be vanquished by grand gestures. A friendly chat with a neighbor, a regular call with a relative, or even exchanging smiles with a barista can breathe life into otherwise solitary days. Number 7. Decline in mobility. Elena, who once reveled in the joy of movement, now finds herself facing a reality she never thought she'd encounter. A woman of vitality and determination, she used to walk for miles without a second thought, enjoying the feel of the breeze against her skin and the rhythmic sound of her footsteps on the pavement. But lately, even the simplest tasks, like walking around the block or bending down to tie her shoes, have become daunting. What once felt like effortless, instinctive actions now feel like climbing a steep hill with weights on her back. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The truth is that the decline in mobility can feel like a betrayal of the body, a reminder of the passage of time and the challenges that come with aging. It's not just about the physical difficulty. It's about the emotional toll, the frustration, the sadness, and even the fear of losing independence. Maintaining mobility. A path to reclaiming freedom. Elena knows that giving up is not an option. With determination in her heart and a desire to keep living fully, she has embraced strategies to maintain her mobility and adapt to her changing body. Regular stretching. Stretching has become her daily ritual, a gentle way to honor her body. Each stretch feels like a small victory, a reminder that flexibility, while challenging, is not entirely lost. It's her moment of mindfulness, where she reconnects with her body and celebrates what it can still do. Strength exercises. The strength in her legs and core feels like the foundation of her resilience. She embraces small but meaningful exercises, like squats or leg raises, knowing they empower her to keep moving. Every repetition is a step toward regaining the confidence she once had in her stride. Low-impact activities. Yoga has become her sanctuary, a place where she can move with grace and feel a sense of control. Water aerobics provides a buoyant joy, reminding her that movement can still be light and playful. These activities are not just exercises. They are a source of emotional healing and empowerment. Listening to your body. Perhaps the hardest but most important lesson for Elena is learning to listen to her body without judgment. She has learned to embrace patience and celebrate progress, no matter how small. Each step forward feels like a triumph. As Elena navigates these changes, she often reflects on the question, how do you keep your body moving as you age? To her, the answer is deeply personal. It's about persistence, self-compassion, and finding joy in movement, even when it looks different than it used to. For those facing similar challenges, Elena's story is a reminder. While mobility may decline, the human spirit has an incredible capacity to adapt, persevere, and find beauty in the journey. Number 8. Sleep disturbances. Elena has always cherished her sleep, considering it one of life's simple yet essential pleasures. In the past, she loved the serene moments of drifting off, the comforting stillness of the night wrapping her in its gentle embrace. But lately, her nights have turned into a restless battle. She lies awake, her mind racing with thoughts she can't quite control. She falls asleep late, only to wake up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, feeling defeated. Each time she struggles to return to the restful slumber she craves, the hours endlessly. Morning arrives not with the usual refreshment of a good night's sleep, but with the weight of exhaustion, making her days feel heavier and less vibrant. Elena's sleep disturbances aren't just physical, they're deeply emotional. The frustration builds as she longs for the peaceful nights she once took for granted. She misses the way her body used to naturally align with the rhythm of the night, leaving her energized and optimistic for the day ahead. Now, every restless night feels like a small loss, a reminder of how life subtly changes with age. Improving sleep quality. Elena has decided it's time to take matters into her own hands. She's started exploring ways to nurture her sleep and reclaim her nights. Here are some heartfelt strategies she's trying. Establish a consistent routine. Elena now makes it a point to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. It's not always easy, but the predictability brings her a sense of calm, as if she's reminding her body that it's time to rest. Limit caffeine. As much as she loves her afternoon tea, she's learned to cut back, savoring a decaffeinated version instead. It's a small sacrifice for the promise of a better night's rest. Relaxation techniques. To quiet her racing thoughts, Elena has embraced deep breathing exercises and gentle evening stretches. She's even begun experimenting with guided meditations, which feel like a comforting whisper, lulling her toward peace. Create a sleep-friendly environment. She's taken steps to make her bedroom a sanctuary, a cool, dark, and quiet haven. Her heavy curtains, soft bedding, and the gentle hum of a white noise machine have transformed her space into a retreat she looks forward to each night. Consult a doctor. When the nights are still too hard, and her efforts don't seem to be enough, she reminds herself that seeking professional help isn't a sign of failure. It's a courageous step toward healing. Elena is learning that her journey with sleep is a deeply personal one. It's not about perfection but about progress, finding little ways to reclaim those peaceful nights that make her days feel brighter. Do you have bedtime rituals that help you sleep better? For Elena, the simple act of lighting a lavender candle before bed or writing in a gratitude journal has brought a sense of calm to her evenings. What are your rituals that bring you closer to the restful sleep we all deserve? Let's share and support each other in finding those pockets of peace in our lives. Number 9. Declining vision and hearing. Elena had always taken immense pride in her sharp senses. Her keen eyesight and acute hearing were once her trademarks, symbols of her vitality and connection to the world. But as the years have passed, she's had to come to terms with the quiet changes aging has brought. Now, her glasses have become a permanent companion for reading, and even with their aid, navigating the lively chatter of a noisy room feels like piecing together fragments of a distant melody. These subtle but undeniable changes can leave her feeling isolated, as though the world is gradually becoming a little less accessible. For Elena, the hardest part isn't just the inconvenience, it's the emotional toll. She misses the effortless way she once engaged with others, the joy of catching every whispered joke or admiring the fine details of a favorite painting. The loss feels like a gradual fading of color from her once vibrant canvas of life. Social gatherings, which used to fill her heart with laughter and connection, sometimes now feel like a reminder of what she's losing. It's a bittersweet realization that aging demands adjustments, both practical and emotional. Preserving vision and hearing. Steps toward connection. While these changes are inevitable, they don't have to mean giving up on the richness of life. There are ways to adapt, to stay connected, and to embrace this chapter with resilience. Prioritize regular exams. A commitment to regular eye and hearing checkups isn't just about maintenance, it's an act of self-care. Detecting issues early can make all the difference in preserving quality of life. Use assistive devices. Modern hearing aids and updated glasses are more than tools. They're lifelines that bridge the gap between frustration and connection. Embracing these devices can restore confidence and open doors that seem to be closing. Find meaningful activities. Whether it's joining a book club with large print books or attending gatherings with quiet, accommodating spaces, there are ways to remain socially active while addressing sensory challenges. Take action early. Ignoring small changes can lead to bigger losses. Addressing these shifts promptly helps maintain independence and a sense of control. A personal reflection. I think what makes this journey so emotional is how deeply tied our senses are to our identity and connection to the world. The thought of losing those abilities can feel like losing a part of ourselves. But it's also a call to treasure the moments we do have, listening to a loved one's voice, reading a cherished letter, or gazing at a breathtaking sunset. Have you noticed these changes in yourself or a loved one? How have you faced them? Sometimes, just sharing these experiences can remind us that we're not alone in this journey and that there's beauty in finding new ways to connect with the world around us. Number 10. Increased sensitivity to cold or heat. Elena once cherished the warmth of a sunny afternoon, the kind that kissed her skin gently and left her feeling alive, or the crisp air of a winter walk that invigorated her soul. Those moments brought her a simple, quiet joy. But lately, something has changed, something subtle yet significant. The temperatures she once found comforting now feel like unyielding extremes. The summer heat wraps her like a suffocating blanket, and the winter cold bites her more sharply than before. She feels as though her body is betraying her, making her vulnerable to what once felt so natural. This newfound sensitivity to temperature isn't just an inconvenience. It's a reminder of how aging shifts the way we experience life. It's frustrating at times, even disheartening, to realize that something as basic as weather can become a challenge. Elena finds herself yearning for the ease she used to feel, for the days when she could enjoy the world without worrying about bundling up or seeking shade. Managing temperature sensitivity. Dress in layers. There's a certain comfort in being prepared. Elena has learned to keep a lightweight cardigan nearby, ready to add or remove as the day changes. Layers give her back a sense of control, helping her adapt to the unpredictability of her body's needs. Choose the right fabrics. She's traded stiff, heavy fabrics for soft, breathable cotton in the summer and cozy wool in the winter. It's not just about comfort, it's about wrapping herself in textures that feel kind to her skin. Adjust your environment. Small changes, like keeping a warm throw by the couch or a portable fan on her desk, have made all the difference. These little acts of self-care remind her that her comfort matters. Stay refreshed. On especially hot days, a cool compress on the back of her neck feels like a gentle reprieve. She's found joy in small rituals like spritzing herself with refreshing body sprays or savoring iced lemon water on her porch. This adjustment has been humbling for Elena, teaching her to listen more closely to her body. It's a reminder that aging comes with changes, but also opportunities to care for ourselves more deeply. While it's easy to dwell on what she's lost, the ease, the freedom, she's also found a new appreciation for the tools and habits that help her stay comfortable. Have you noticed this change in yourself? How do you navigate it? Perhaps you, like Elena, have found small ways to reclaim your comfort and find warmth amid life shifts. Number 11. Increased irritability or shorter temper. As Elena grows older, she has noticed a surprising and sometimes disheartening shift in her emotions. Small annoyances, like a delayed delivery, a missed appointment, or even an unexpected change in plans, can spark an intense frustration she never used to feel. What once might have been a minor inconvenience now feels magnified, leaving her snapping at the people around her or quietly stewing in irritation. It's as though her patience, a quality she once prided herself on, has thinned with time. And yet, this change isn't unique to Elena. It's a shared experience for many as they age. This growing irritability can feel unsettling, even guilt-inducing. Elena often wonders, why am I reacting this way? Is something wrong with me? The truth is, it's not just her, it's a natural part of aging. As we grow older, our stress tolerance sometimes diminishes. Perhaps it's due to the cumulative weight of life's experiences or a shift in brain chemistry. Whatever the cause, it's a challenge that requires conscious effort to navigate. Managing irritability with compassion and care. Deep breathing. When frustration strikes, take a moment to pause. Breathe in deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. This simple act can work wonders to calm your nervous system and bring clarity to your emotions. Elena often finds that when she focuses on her breath, the overwhelming urge to snap dissipates like a passing storm. Mindfulness practices. Checking in with your emotions daily can be transformative. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now, and why? Elena started journaling her thoughts every evening, and through this, she realized that her irritability often stemmed from feeling overwhelmed or unheard. By naming her feelings, she learned to diffuse their power. A daily gratitude ritual. One of the most powerful antidotes to irritability is gratitude. Every morning, Elena writes down 3 things she's thankful for: a warm cup of tea, a kind word from a neighbor, or the beauty of the sunrise. This practice shifts her perspective, making the world feel a little less aggravating and a lot more abundant. Staying calm through practice. It's not easy, but cultivating a measured response takes time and effort. Elena reminds herself to pause before speaking, to take a mental step back from the situation. She even keeps a mantra in her pocket: "This too shall pass." Repeating it helps her remember that no inconvenience is worth disrupting her inner peace. Reflections on aging and temper. Have you felt your temper change with age? Elena's experience is one many of us can relate to. While these emotional shifts may feel disheartening at times, they also offer an opportunity for growth. Learning to manage our irritability with grace and compassion isn't just about controlling our reactions. It's about rediscovering peace in a world that can often feel chaotic. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For Elena, each deep breath, each moment of gratitude, and each mindful response is a step toward reclaiming her sense of calm. What strategies have you found helpful in maintaining your composure? And how do you find beauty amidst life's frustrations? Number 12. Loss of independence. Elena has always been a pillar of independence. Her life has been a testament to self-reliance, from running errands with ease to meticulously maintaining her home. She took pride in taking care of herself, savoring the sense of accomplishment and control over her own life. But lately, she finds herself facing a painful reality. Tasks that once came effortlessly now feel daunting, even impossible. The thought of asking for help gnaws at her, threatening her sense of self. It's not just the act of asking, it's the emotional weight of feeling like she's losing a part of who she is. Maintaining independence. Accept help when needed. One of the hardest lessons Elena is learning is that accepting help doesn't equate to failure. It's a sign of wisdom. Asking for assistance can be an empowering act, a way to preserve her energy for the things that truly matter. It's not about giving up, it's about adapting to life's changes with grace. Delegate tasks. Letting go of control over certain tasks can feel like surrender, but Elena has found that sharing responsibilities, whether with family, friends, or professionals, lightens her load in ways she didn't expect. It's a reminder that independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. Sometimes, it means knowing when to lean on others. Focus on what matters. She's come to understand that conserving her energy for activities that spark joy and bring meaning to her days is far more valuable than exhausting herself on things that no longer serve her. Whether it's tending to her beloved garden, enjoying a quiet moment with a good book, or connecting with loved ones, these moments now define her independence. Stay strong. Elena constantly reminds herself that seeking help doesn't diminish her strength or worth. It takes courage to acknowledge our limitations and even more to accept support. Her independence is not lost. It's simply evolving, growing into a version of resilience she hadn't known before. For anyone else facing this shift, Elena's story might feel all too familiar. It's a humbling, bittersweet journey, filled with moments of doubt but also profound self-discovery. Have you had to adjust to asking for help? How did you find your footing in this new chapter of life? Let's share and learn from each other, for there's strength in the collective wisdom of our experiences. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed about maintaining independence and adapting gracefully to life's changes. Losing a bit of our autonomy can feel overwhelming, but it's also a chance to grow stronger in new ways, learn resilience, and embrace the support around us. What have you learned from Elena's story? Is there one piece of advice that resonated with you the most? We'd love to hear from you. Comment below with one thing you've learned and plan to bring into practice in your life. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below and let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content that inspires and empowers. Together, let's continue the journey toward a fulfilling and independent life, no matter the stage we're in. Thank you for watching. Speech Balloon Sparkles.